Mike's Daily Podcast.
Tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart. It really doesn't tear you apart anymore. Mike Matthews here, 1044. That's the FF episode. Hayley, Thesemi, God damn it, the set. Hayley.
It's exactly like it looks.
Daily Podcast.
It's 2 words smashed together, Thesemi.
Thesemi. Hey, you know what? Today's show's got a bunch of interesting
Mike's Daily Podcast.
We're gonna hear from people like Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle player, and the Brewmaster. I need to come up with these songs a little bit faster. I was going down to the Hayward Regional Shoreline, and I met a girl. She was really fine. Her name was Danielle, and guess what? She knew my first roommate,
Mike's Daily Podcast.
She knew him because she goes to that chiropractor school over there at
Mike's Daily
near Chabot College podcast. Did you see Tom Hanks went back to Chabot?
Yeah.
Went back to his alma mater.
I did see that.
Chabot College. I think that's so awesome he went to Chabot.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. I didn't even know that.
You know, you might go, oh, he looks so old now, but damn it, that guy's had a long freaking career.
Yeah, he doesn't
look that old.
No, I think he aged quickly and then he stopped.
Yeah.
Like he looks the same today as he did in like Castaway.
See, that blows my mind. He's done Castaway, Forrest Gump. He was on Bosom Buddies.
Catch Me If You Can.
My favorite movie.
It's so good.
I friggin' love the music. Mm-hmm. I love the camera work. I love the intro with the animation.
I love the story. I love the characters.
Leonardo DiCaprio's fantastic. Abigail. Hey, Abigail, I got you. I know where you're at Abigail. You know what? I actually have the guy, the forger dude, Abigail. He wrote a book about security.
Right.
That scared... I could only read the first few pages because it scared me. It's like, you're basically wide open. Everyone can steal your information.
Yep.
Well, yeah, Mr. Frank Abagnale, because I do a podcast every day, I'm a little bit open book. Speaking of which, look at the door open and someone walked in.
Wow, that's what happens if you don't lock the doors.
Hi, Mike. How y'all doing? I'm Benita, the rodeo queen. How y'all doing? And I'm the Disgruntled Fiddle player, tell you what. What? I came in here yesterday. I'd like to clarify my position on Trump. He's a reality superstar that should be our president. That's what I wanted to say. We need a reality superstar as our president. Because we've had an actor. Oh, Nancy Reagan died. So
yeah.
I know you may not know that much about her. Do you know that much about her?
No.
I don't either. But I do know she did have a Just Say No campaign, and she was on Different Strokes, the sitcom, with young little Gary Coleman, and said to everyone on the TV on NBC, just say no. And she even did a really bad rap video.
Really?
Look who else just walked in.
Wow.
Hi, Mike. I make the root beer. I'm the brewmaster. Oh, boy. Just say yes to root beer.
I like how you turn that around.
Are there drugs in that root beer?
Maybe. I don't know. Right. I put some of that 4-alarm drink in it.
I think I was trying to remember something you were talking about earlier about college drinks.
Oh, Four Loko.
Ah, Four Loko! What's in a Four Loko?
I try not to ask what's in a Four Loko. I've never actually had one.
Hold on, I have to cough on Mike because that's such good etiquette. Sorry, go ahead.
I've never actually had one, but it's an energy drink filled with booze.
That sounds amazing. I don't know what that would do to my 40-plus body.
Well, the concept behind it is that booze makes you sleepy and energy drinks makes you go.
Yeah.
So you can just drink a bunch of them and then throw up everywhere and wake up like 5 days later with a colossal hangover.
But since you've had the energy drink and it speeds everything up, you get through all that much faster.
That's not true.
No?
No.
Oh.
Because it's just chock full of sugar. Because energy drinks are chock full of sugar.
You missed your bus today. Did that upset you?
No.
Oh. So Nancy Reagan, I wrote here, the adoring gaze. That's G-A-Z-E.
Oh!
Not G-A-Y-S.
I was like, I didn't know that that Nancy Reagan was popular within the LGBT community.
Yeah. Because didn't you say Reagan didn't even know what AIDS was for a long time?
I don't know. I know nothing about Reagan. All I know about Reagan is he had a library and he owned a copy of Alice's Restaurant.
Get out! Mm-hmm. Yeah, and his library is in Simi Valley, and I used to live near there, and I never went. And I used to drive by it all the time. I worked at a the radio station that was closest to the library. Mm-hmm. I worked there the day that it was opened, and all the presidents were in the area, and there were helicopters flying everywhere because there was like 5 presidents at that thing.
Oh, that's cool.
But that's a story that went nowhere. Hey, you know what, though? She did that was interesting, too. So she looked at her husband a lot whenever he was talking, and she had this look that one reporter said, we thought she maybe was zoning out, that maybe she was on some sort of drugs.
Did she have the look like Chris Christie had when Trump was talking?
Yes! He has the adoring gaze. But I was just thinking about, I mean, you know, if you got a partner that looks at you with an adoring gaze, and they're in love with you, how wonderful is that? You know, when you're like up there doing a speech. So a lot of people thought how non-feminist that is, though, because she is not really, she's like pushing, she's supporting a man, but what about her? What about women's rights? So, but some people said...
But it's her choice.
Yeah, exactly. Then she apparently did have a lot of power. If she said someone was really annoying, she could... if someone was annoying in Reagan's cabinet...
They could disappear.
They could disappear and...
Don't worry, honey, I'll take care of it.
Their fingerprints scrubbed, the whole thing. I wanted to... So, yeah, I did meet a girl named Danielle at the Hayward Regional Shoreline yesterday who knew my old roommate. And did I tell you my old roommate, I nicknamed him Clunk because he made so much noise all the time and he just would wake me up. Kind of like my roommate now, but my roommate now is really nice. So
that's fabulous.
I have a leak in my house.
Who's leaking all... Well, there's 2 people in your house. So unless Basil's leaking personal information, it's probably your roommate.
That's what it is. And that's how Frank Abagnale knows all my information. Catch Me If You Can, best movie ever. What was I going to? Oh,
is Frank Abagnale still alive?
I think. I haven't heard of his passing. So some water came down into my basement, but just a little. So when I got home yesterday, I had to get the wet vac out. Do you have a wet vag?
I'm gonna skip that question and say that we have a broken shop vac in our garage.
You have a shop vac?
It's broken.
Oh.
You turn it on and sparks fly, and then you go, ah! And then you unplug it.
Oh, I wish I could fix that for you, but I think I'd probably die in the process.
I know I would.
I would like to tell you also, yesterday after I left work and I said goodbye to you, I found a coupon in all the papers that I always have, and it was for $8 steak fries. I guess usually they are $10 at a Mexican restaurant in Podcastro Valley, one of those kind of fast food taquerias.
Yeah.
So I go there, and the guy at the cashier guy who serves you, he totally reminded me of, did you ever watch South Park when they had on Saddam Hussein Saddam Hussein, he had one of these heads that kind of go up and down. And they'd be like, "Hey, guy, how you doing, guy? Everything's good, guy. What's going on, guy?" And that's how this guy was in the taqueria. He's like, "Hey, guy, what do you want, guy? Oh, you got a coupon. Okay, guy, do you want some guacamole?"
Very interesting.
But
What place was it?
Burrito Loco.
Is that place with like the yellow building?
The yellow building in Podcastro Valley. Oh,
Maybe
no, you're
maybe
thinking...
that's in Hayward.
Are you thinking of Don Jose's?
I think I'm thinking of Don Jose's.
I took you and Becca by there before you hopped on your BART.
I don't remember that, but I know that I've been to there because I had a friend who was fairly close to that place.
Okay. Well, this is... So what my whole point was, it ended up not being $8. It was like way over $10, and I had a coupon, and that's so the freaking Bay Area. Even if you have a coupon, it always ends up more than $10.
I have a coupon. Yeah, but did you get anything other than the steak fries?
I guess the guacamole was like $3 or some stupid thing, and it's not even guacamole. Because guacamole, you take an avocado, you mush it up, add a little whatever, sour cream, salsa, and it's delightful. This was some oozy green crap. Ugh. So just say no to guacamole when you go to the taquerias, because they don't give it to you. They give you some aberration. Abba. So when you hear me calling, can't you hear me? SOS. As we go outside a cafe anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley. What was the ABBA song you wanted to sing?
I didn't have any in mind particularly.
Do you like da 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 da?
I like them all.
Okay. And remember we were going to talk about voting?
Yeah, let's not.
Because Hayley is a young person of youngish age, and Hayley believes in voting.
Yep.
And I was telling Hayley about the other person I work with at the other radio station who's 20, and he told me, "I'm not going to vote because it's all at the electoral college and you vote and it doesn't matter anyway." And Hayley brought up an interesting point saying, well then, why don't you vote for someone, a third-party candidate, and even though you're throwing away your vote
in the same manner,
you're still helping support someone that you believe in. And I agreed with you on that, because I think when somebody like the Green Party or Libertarian or whatever party you want to cook up gets a bunch of, gets your vote, that helps them. Maybe next time they'll be bigger. Mm-hmm. And that's what democracy's all about in America, and people fought and died for it. But the other guy, and someone that I went to high school with, says the same thing. "I'm not going to vote because my vote doesn't matter." Well, then get the F out of America, jackass.
Right?
That's how I feel about it.
You remember when Roseanne Barr was on the ballot for the Peace and Freedom Party back in 2012?
That's right. That wasn't that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see? You could have voted. I didn't. Darn it.
I voted for third party in 2012. And I did not know that Roseanne Barr was on the ballot, so I just saw Roseanne Barr, and I was like, what? It's crazy. It's weird.
Now, I would like to tip my hat to Michael Bloomberg, who announced yesterday. He said, "I'm not going to run because if I do, what's going to happen is I've done all the research, and it would make Ted Cruz or who was the other person he didn't want? Trump or somebody like that, president." And that's so fascinating he did that, because Ralph Nader back in 2000 said, "I'm going to run." And he totally split the Clinton vote. He got a bunch of votes, and he did it again with Kerry in 2004. And both times he should have, he ended up, I guess he wanted Bush to win, because when he ran, Bush ended up winning both times. So. But then, of course, we had the contested election in 2000, and the whole Supreme Court thing had to decide. But that's way back in ancient history.
Ain't that America?
for you and me.
Ain't that America?
Something to see, baby.
Ain't that America?
Home of free. Little pink houses and you and me.
Little boxes.
Little ticky-tacky boxes.
Little boxes, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky, and they all look just the same.
They had that as the intro of Weeds. And did you know one season of Weeds, they had a different singer for every episode? So like one time Elvis Costello sang that song and different. But that show went really weird.
I like the Walk Off the Earth version.
I haven't heard that one.
It's good. It's more. It starts out slow and then it gets like pretty traditional and fun sounding.
Walk Off the Earth?
Walk Off the Earth.
That's a great name for a band. Or is that a guy?
It's a band.
Okay.
I think they do exclusively covers.
My other question to you has to do with music. And have you heard about Dr. Luke and the whole Kesha thing?
Oh, yeah. Hashtag free Kesha.
Hashtag free Kesha. Dr. Luke has done so many songs, and now Kelly Clarkson's saying, this guy blackmailed me.
Yeah.
What a jerk, this guy.
Yes, he is.
Ugh. That's everything I hate about the music business, guys like that. So what's the hashtag again?
Hashtag free Kesha.
Free Kesha. Poor Kesha.
She's going through so much.
What's your favorite Kesha song? All I know really is TikTok.
TikTok's good. She did a rework of Beastie Boys' Girls.
Oh my gosh.
But it was called Boys. And it had like extra verses and it was very Kesha styled.
Ooh, I will have to hear this.
And that was fun.
Boys. All we really want is boys. Did it have the same ding 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 ding?
It was slightly changed, but it was still like toy piano.
Oh. Thank you for playing your cell phone piano on yesterday's show.
Of course.
That was great. Okay, the other thing I wanted to bring up was my very strange dream last night. So I have this really weird dream of I meet a woman and off of like OK Cupid, and we're sitting at a party and we're talking, and she says to me, yeah, I fly to Poland a lot. And then she says to me, hey, and then does the whole thing, next time I go, do you want to go with me?
To Poland?
To Poland. And I'm thinking in my head, first off, I'm not that into her. Second, I'm like, I've got to take care of my dog. Who's going to feed Basil? My dog. And so I say to her honestly, you know, because I'm honest in relationships. I say, I don't think I can because I got to feed my dog and stuff. I don't know who's going to take care of. And she's like, okay, bye. And then just like leaves. And then I woke up from that dream and I thought, oh, that's why I'm single. Is I have a dog and I have responsibilities. And
you can't go to Poland.
And I can't go to Poland.
At the drop of a hat.
I go back to sleep. And in my next dream, I meet a prettier girl, more my style. And she's like, let's go out to dinner. Let's go out. So I go out to dinner with her and like a bunch of people she knows, and her ex-boyfriend is there, or I think maybe it was her current boyfriend, and I didn't understand what was going on. And then she's like, okay, let's make out. And I'm like, but I don't really even know. We haven't really even talked, or I don't know. This is weird. Like all of a sudden, and she goes, oh, when I was making out with the guy that I work with at my other job, who we've mentioned before, who's a jerk, who talks about himself a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So she was making out with him, apparently.
Gross.
She goes, he had no problem making out with me. So that was weird. It pulled in someone else I work with. Not here at this job, but the other one. That was weird, that dream. And I said, okay, but I didn't make out with her, and then I woke up again. I'm like, damn, that's why I'm single, is I don't just make out with women that throw themselves at me. Crap. But see, it turned me off that she was making out with some guy that I knew from my other job.
Yeah, that would turn me off too.
And we know he's a sleazy jerk-off.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a fun show. Did we miss anything? How long did we go for? Oh, this is a short one.
Oh, that's fine. We're pressed for time. Podcast picture.
Podcast picture today.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Here's today's podcast picture.
Did I mention Ariel said hello to us? Who does the voice for that? She was listening to a bunch of the old shows.
I think so. Yeah. Hi.
Hi back to Ariel.
Hi.
Ariel.
Hi, I guess.
Ariel's living in North Carolina now.
Oh. Well,
with
good for
her husband, yes, and having good times there. Going to school. The picture is of Manitou Springs. I went to Colorado Springs for a job interview back in 2007. You just did the sign language for it. That kind of looks like when you're doing shadow puppets on the wall, and you can do a rabbit like that. But okay, that's it. Does that rabbit want to be a cop like the rabbit in Zootopia?
This is an elephant. This is an elephant. Burner.
The picture is Manitou Springs, which is a Wicca stronghold. You go to this place, lots of Wicca people, but it's neat. It's up in the mountains of Colorado Springs. I was there interviewing for a job, not Manitou Springs, but Colorado Springs. I was going to be on a hot AC station called The Peak. And
welcome to the peak.
Yeah, it was that.
We're on top.
So I asked the guy. I didn't have to do this, but I said to the guy that was interviewing me, hey, since I'm staying the night, can I be on your radio station tonight?
Ooh.
He goes, yeah, we'll put you on at 10 o'clock at night. Because, you know, that way you can give the DJ some time off that's on that night. So I was on, I took a lot of pictures, and I did my, thing. But I had to be so, just boring. And here's Naked Eyes with Always Something There to Remind Me on The Peak.
Always something there to remind me.
And the next day, the PD, he's driving me to the airport, and I go, how did I do last night? He's like, well... But he still wanted me to work there, but it would have been for peanuts, basically, and I ended up going to Alabama instead. But while I was there in Colorado Springs, I called up a friend of mine's girlfriend that I'd once met named Bailey, and she was named after the drink.
Fabulous.
She works in Washington, D.C. now, but she was still in college going to Colorado Springs University, and she goes, sure, I'll pick you up and take you to Manitou Springs. So I'm going there, and that's a picture of Manitou Springs. It's very kind of neat, old-timey. It's in the mountains. There's Wicca. It's got springs everywhere that you can cup your hand, and they come out of statues, and the water tastes like lime and all kinds of interesting things, not limestone, but like an actual lime that you would put in a drink.
Like Lyme disease?
Like you're drinking Lyme disease. And all of a sudden I run into Paul Heath, who I went to elementary school with, and I had not seen in over 20 years. That was bizarre.
Interesting.
And I tried calling him a couple weeks later, and he wouldn't answer my phone or return my messages, so I don't know what happened there. But that was a strange trip.
I saw a friend the other day.
Yeah.
And we exchanged a high five because we were just passing, and it seemed like a good high five opportunity. But the high five sucked. So I texted her, and I was like, that high five sucks, and I'm so mad.
Uh-huh.
And then I asked if she wanted to hang out later and catch up. I didn't hear anything back.
She may just be busy.
She's probably busy. I know that she was busy before.
See, you're still in that zone, that gray zone of maybe it's still she's busy. She'll still get back to you. But this guy now, it's been 14 years or whatever. I still haven't heard back from him. So, wait, 2007 to now is 7. Wait, almost 10 years. Crap.
Yeah.
Time flies.
Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana.
Fascinating. Someone we work with whose first name is Craig. I was listening to one of his shows on KDOW, and he made the point, when you're 40, life goes at 40 miles per hour. When you're 50, it goes at 50 miles per hour. And the older you get, the faster time goes.
And when you're 60, you're dead.
So save for retirement now. Save for retirement. KDOW. That's what that station's all about. You know what? I hope, Hayley, that your life is an interesting one and a wholesome one. Not in a wholesome way, but in that there's so much in the totality that you enjoy and experience.
So I don't have to live a wholesome life?
You can if you'd like.
Okay.
If you'd not like to, then don't. My language skills suck. But that's about it.
That's about it. That's all we got for you.
That was Manitou Springs in the picture. And, you can help us out by going to mikesdailypodcast.com and
mikesdailypodcast.com.
clicking on the Amazon link there.
Amazon.com.
The Amazon link I have, it changes colors, so it's not boring.
Chameleon.com.
And you click on the Amazon and buy something, and that helps us out if you go through mikesdailypodcast.com.
Buy something, and it helps us out if you go through mikesdailypodcast.com.
But Mike, I have a question.
Go ahead, Brewmaster.
How can I help you out if I make the Earth Beer?
So then there's also links at mikesdailypodcast.com to all the places you can listen to the show and on social media and where we are there.
But Mike,
Yes, Brewmaster.
why are you ignoring me?
Rootbeer.com.
I'll cut you.